Unscripted. KSU. Quick, tactical conversations from the heart of the powersports industry. In this business, time is torque. So hit the ignition, twist the throttle, and let's fire it up.
Mark Sheffield, episode 4. Let's dive into service. Metrics that matter. As always, let's start the pod clock so you can't rant and go on a tangent, but give us your metrics that matter on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. You're up.
Ooh, service department, everyone's favorite. Good ones in service, I would say productivity is at the top for me, and then efficiency right below that. A lot of dealers struggle to get those two metrics because they don't actually have technicians clocking in and out of or punching in and out of the work that they're doing. And so a lot of dealers will settle on proficiency, which it's a metric, but if your proficiency is low, it doesn't really tell you where to go. And the other one that's super important to me today is open ROs. So strongly believe that every month, at least once a month, if not twice, owner, GM, service manager should sit down and go over a list of every RO that's 30 days old or older. What's going on with it? Why is it still open? What are we doing to get it closed? Does it need to be charged off? Is there something else that's going on? That open RO list is killing a lot of dealers right now.
All things that we're looking to add in the new year with the help of yourself, of course, to our platform. So enhancements that we're going to be making. Like you said, the clocking in and out of jobs makes things a little bit tricky, but there's some workarounds that we've talked about, some manual entry type things if dealers are interested. So I'm going to rattle off a couple metrics as I always do. Labor sales average per dealer for quarter 2, we saw at $228,000. That's for the quarter. That's labor sales average per dealer. Effective labor rate. That's going to be labor sales divided by total available hours. $125 on average for Q2. And then hours per RO, just under 3 hours per RO. And that's all ROs, warranty, internal, and customer pay, about 2.8, just under 3. These are the numbers we saw for Q2. Q3 is being worked on right now. Some dealers are still closing the month, but we should have those released very soon so we can compare and contrast Q3 over Q2 once those are live. So, Mark, what's the going rate for an advisor right now? What are you seeing out there?
There are a small number of advisors in our industry making 80K plus. I would say that's probably the anomaly. If you look at automotive, I mean, good service advisor easily is making 6 figures. So if you wonder why we kind of struggle to attract talent in our industry, that's why. I do tend to see that, a lot of advisors across the country are making, just under 50, somewhere between there and 55 or 60. And, I'm not really sure that with all that we ask of those employees, putting them as the face of our dealership, that we're really paying enough in that position.
Yeah, that is a struggle between I've seen advisors come from the automotive and go to the powersports space, and they quickly go back to the automotive space, and there's a reason why, and I'm sure its pay has got a lot to do with it. What makes a good advisor, Mark, in your eyes? What makes a really good advisor?
Detail-oriented. They don't actually have to have mechanical skills, although I'm not going to say that matters. Does help a little bit. But definitely, the ability to do what they say they're going to do, the ability to listen to the customer and put that down on paper. I think a lot of times, they don't know how to type. And so customer says a nice paragraph of data and they put it down into one sentence. That makes it off to the technician. And then the technician doesn't really have all the customer's information to go on. Empathy, willingness to get kicked in the cojones every day, all day, and in a lot of cases for things that they didn't really have any participation in breaking, and still being able to smile when the next customer comes through the door. So I think those are good ones. I think personally, service manager, toughest position in any dealership, and service writer probably right below that. So just very, very tough roles to staff with people who look like they're having a good time and enjoy coming to work every day.
What's the ideal ratio between technicians and advisor? Technicians
Powersports
and advisors. Yeah.
Yeah, in Powersports, most of the best dealers that I know, it's either 2 techs or 3 techs per advisor. A little bit of nuance there, and really I'm talking about customer pay facing. So we're not talking about, okay, we've got one build or PDI technician in there, but truly talking about, these are the customers who are doing warranty work or they're doing customer pay work. I think that we need two to three techs. Any more than that, and you kind of start to see things breaking down. You got too many phone calls coming in. You got too many customers showing up at one time. But yeah, the most profitable dealers that I see, that's the ratio they're running. And if you have a well-run service department and you've got high productivity and high efficiency, you can easily afford not only to have that number of service riders, but to pay them well, and you will get good results out of that.
Got it. Got about 20 seconds left. Last one. What should a dealer and a service advisor, a service manager do if they're not maintaining these average numbers or if they're below average? What do you think? What's their go-to or what's their first step they should do right now?
Engage outside, have somebody that understands the department come in and just do a third-party analysis. Our old pod clock. Take a look at, what's going on and then identify, what are going to be the biggest quick wins that we can have. You're never going to be able to fix every problem that you've got all at once. And so just really looking at, hey, we got these 10 problems that we're dealing with. We're going to tackle one, we're going to fix it, and then we're going to go on to the next one. I think it's just kind of that strategy. I think too many people try to do too much all at once, and then they get dejected when they don't manage to get things fixed, and so just nothing ever improves. And the other one that I'll say is that if you want to fix the service department, everybody's got to be involved. That department doesn't run on an island by itself. So if we want to fix service, we got to have parts at the table. We got to have sales at the table. We got to have the owner and the GM who truly care about that department. It's definitely a team effort if you want to get service running right.
Great. One of these days we will finish within our designated time of the pod clock, but that's it. That's all we got for this week. I think service is something to focus on going into the new year. We've seen a tidal wave of craziness in this industry, so focus on your service department, get it running smoothly, work it with all your departments within the dealership, as Mark said, and let's have a strong next year. Thanks, Mark. We'll see you next week.
Appreciate you riding with us on Raw and Unscripted. KSU. We'll be back next week with more ways to rev up your dealership success. Until next time, keep the throttle wide open. Wide open.